Ciao miei amici, it's Ashley Bornancin, your Italiano host for the evening at the LA Italia Film Festival, honoring David O. Russell and some big Italian filmmakers who are making an impact on Hollywood this year. Hi, how you doing?
Good. I think I just did red carpet. Oh, it's different. Red carpet.
It's a totally different outfit.
Sorry about the red carpet.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing really good. Happy to come out and support Italian cinema.
Why do you love Italian cinema so much?
I grew up on Italian movies. I think Demons was the first one I saw, but Italian horror to me was the most important form of horror. At first I went from American horror, which I became obsessed with, and then I started exploring Italians, and it just blew my mind. So my new film, The Green Inferno, is very much influenced by Italian horror, late 70s, early 80s. And I want to come out and support David O. Russell, who's a friend. I'm writing a movie with him, so we got to support him.
And what movie is that? Can you release that yet?
It's called The Hive. Nobody has read it except me and David, so we're working on it now.
So this is breaking news.
It's sort of leaked out there. David mentioned it, one thing, but yeah, so it's kind of out there, The Hive.
What are your top 3 Italian films that have influenced you, especially in horror?
Cannibal Holocaust by Ruggero Deodato, huge influence. Zombie 2 by Lucio Fulci, where a zombie fights a shark, the greatest movies ever. And Suspiria by Dario Argento. That movie blew my mind. It was like, wow, there was no rules. It was like being in some beautiful, fantastic dream, and sort of taught me that not everything has to add up. You can make abstract horror movies. It doesn't have to be so rigid and so linear and so plot-driven. It can be more operatic and stylish. Huge influences, all 3 of them.
Okay. Yeah, what would you say the difference is then between Italian horror films and American horror films?
Well, the Italian horror films, they came from the spaghetti westerns, and the Americans, in the westerns, they never had on-screen violence. You know, the old 50s movies, someone gets shot and they'd fall down. The Italians were unaware. You couldn't show blood in movies. You couldn't show on-screen blood in America. The Italians didn't know that rule existed, so they started showing all these on-screen blood shots, which then Sam Peckinpah and the Americans, Scorsese, it kind of filters its way into the late 60s, early 70s of American cinema. But then the giallo films of these Italian crime films became the 80s slasher movies. Hello. And they've always kind of mirrored each other. They've gone back and forth, but the Italians have always pushed it further. I think there was this incredible golden age where Italy was making so many movies in the 70s and 80s, and things have obviously changed now economically in Italy. They don't have the same output, but I just love films of that period. I think they have an energy and a violence about them that anything can happen. There's sort of no rules to them. And you feel like it's people really doing stuff. If you watch the opening of Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man, there's got people on motorcycle going 200 miles an hour rolling over cars through downtown Rome, and you just know people got killed making that movie.
Would you ever want to work on an Italian film?
Love to. Love to shoot in Italy. Thank you.
We had a great night at the LA Italia Film Festival this year. 2 Oscar-nominated films are Italian this year. We have Philomena and The Great Beauty. It's very exciting for Italians. The Italian cinema industry is taking over, so we're excited to see who is nominated this year and who's going to come out on top. Leave us a comment below and tell me who you think is going to take Best Picture this year and Best Actress. I'll see you later.